Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hey, it's another episode of Jocktimes with Jonna, featuring your man, the myth, the legend, Andrew Jonna. So, I don't want to do this. I don't want to talk about it. But we're going to have to talk about it. Jameson Williams, again, we don't need to go into details. We all know what happened. You all heard. This is not good. I hope JAMO's okay. First of all, I hope he's with people he loves. More importantly, it's a distraction again. I love JAMO. He blocks like a wide receiver. He blocks like no other. Nor than other wide receivers. He's fast. He's moving. He's getting connected with golf finally, which we've been waiting for the past 2-3 years. And now all of a sudden this happens again. And we don't know much details more. And the Lions made a statement. We don't need to go over all that shit, okay? I don't want to go over it. I want to talk about the Lions win. I know yesterday I was really busy work, so I couldn't film yesterday. I was really busy with this. I really want to get into the Lions win. I really want to get into the Pistons, which I'm really excited about. All this stuff. And this shit happens. JAMO, we're going to have a serious conversation. And there's other people that I'm going to tell you later about which I blame. But JAMO, I got a question for the people. Do you trust JAMO? Is he worth the contract extension? And everyone's like, this is going to blow over, which I hope it does. And, you know, there's other shit with the cop, and we just don't know the details more. We know the videos, we hear the statements, that's it. There's a serious conversation again about you and what you're doing to the team. And the team, which I'm going to I'm going to say it now. There's people that I blame right now on that team. Not JAMO. Leaders. Jared Goff needs to be the leader to JAMO. The wide receiving room. You have veterans on there for 7+ years. Khalif Raymond, Tim Patrick. I'm a veteran now almost. I'm St. Brown. Okay? Tom Kennedy. Guys like that are on the roster. And this is the stuff you hear again. Allen Robertson too. About JAMO. It makes me pissed off. Because Jameson Williams should be playing those big moments right now. Instead of hearing this stuff. With the wrong people in the wrong situation. It's a terrible situation. And he's on the news again. When is this going to end from JAMO? Everyone's like, well, you got to free JAMO, and you got to, the Viagra thing, which that might be thing, and you might be taking Viagra, and then you heard about, about what's his face, about him doing the gambling thing, which was stupid. He was doing on the fucking Wi-Fi of the Lions. I'm not happy, because this is a guy who I cannot trust now. I can't trust him, maybe. I don't know if I can now. It's like, he's such a good player, and the NFL suspension policy is fucking bogus, which we all know. It's like when Christian it's like, this is an example I'm going to tell everyone. Christian Mika, my brother, he's going to be listening to this today. When he was at Country Day, and other, like Omar, my bro Omar, other people, I want to name more names, they would, once they got an infraction or a detention for not wearing the right uniform, they were a target. And now JAMO is going to be a target for suspensions. It's the same exact thing in the NFL. Once you get suspended, they're going to keep suspending you. They don't care what it is. They're going to suspend him, possibly. Which, I don't know the details. Again, I'm not saying this. But my belief, since this whole thing about JAMO, he's going to get suspended for probably a couple games again. And then it's just like, For me, it's just so hard because I love the brother and I love the way he plays and I love his drive and I love his love for the team. But we gotta have conversation about what we're gonna do next, and I want that conversation in people. But when people are so naive and not having conversation, and people I know in these group chats are like, well, you did nothing wrong, you don't know. We don't know anything wrong. But at one point, when is this shit gonna end with JAMO off the news? I want off the news on the playing field. And that's my biggest thing with all this, guys. I know everyone's gonna have their opinion and everyone's gonna have their love, but I don't know if I can trust him. I'm now 50-50 with him, and I think he's a great player. But I want to re-sign him, and everyone's gonna tell me, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell are the best drafters ever, and everyone's gonna love that. I know how everyone is. Not everyone's going to get re-signed. And I don't want to have this conversation right now. But we're going to have it. Not everyone's going to get re-signed back on the team. Oh no. Oh, Kirby Joseph. Guys, we're not going to keep everyone. I know you love this team, and I do. But hate to break everyone's bubble. Oh, you're wrong, Andrew. I'm going to bring everyone back. That sounds like a little kid that kind of knows football. To not bring anyone back. He's one of those that might not get that another contract. I hate to break everyone. And this falls on Brad Holmes again. Because that's the guy who drafted him. That's the guy who used one of our first round picks from Stafford for this guy. And this is what he does. And everyone was excited. And everyone said he's going to be better than Amon-Ra St. Brown. Well, he's not better than Amon-Ra. He's probably, he's probably the second wide receiver. But guys, I hate to break everyone's bubble. I want to answer this question for everyone. Can the Lions be fine about JAMO and drafting another wide receiver? The answer is yes. I hate to break to everyone. I don't have this conversation. I've had this conversation. Not everyone is coming back. You have to understand that. But you don't. Because you're always, Brad Holmes and Nick Kill, the best drafters. Guys, I hate to break to everyone. We're in the now. And right now, it's Super Bowl. That's it. This is our Super Bowl window year. You may never have this again as a Lions fan. As everyone agreed, because everyone's talking about the future, I'm not about the future. I'm about right now. And right now, JAMO's not a priority. He's got to get it together. And I know there's going to be Dan Campbell's going to have to go to the presser tomorrow and talk about it. And it's sad. And it sucks. Okay, we don't know the full story yet. But it just sucks that it happened at this time. The Lions he's about to get off suspension, which I hope he does, because I think the Viagra thing was bogus, because other players used to do it. Okay, but this is conversation time, and I think we can't have this conversation yet, but in about a week or two, we may have a conversation about, do you want to keep JAMO or not? And this is not against him. This is more on, can we win? Be fine without him? I think the Lions can be fine without him, but the Lions can consider that. So that's, again, everyone's focused on the past. Everyone's focused on the future right now. And everyone's like, Jared Goff's going to play for another 10 years. Jared Goff, guys, I don't get it. People are like boning to this team when they're having a fucking seat. It's out of control how much people are like, oh, I love Kirby Joseph. Oh, I love Kirby. Kirby's not going to be here forever. Carlton Davis is not going to be here forever. Even better. Arnold may not be here forever. Brian Branch, if the Lions can't do a deal, I hate to break it to everyone. Guys, this team isn't going to stay forever. And the rah-rah is going to end. And that's the end of the day what happens in the NFL, unless you're Tom fucking Brady or Patrick Mahomes. This is it. I hate to break everyone. Look at the Commanders. I love the Commanders and Martin Mayhew and the staff of what they did and Ryan Mayhew. Shout them out. Awesome podcast. But that's our team to beat right now. And we're better than them. And we're going to go in a minute about the game. The Lions player right now should be Super Bowl. No more distractions. Everything has distraction, guys. There's been so much worse stuff. I know that players are not going to spend it for, or they should be right now because of investigations. The NFL suspension policy, again, is bogus, which we can all talk about. But again, it's that same comparison to Cats. Once it gets suspended, they're going to keep it going. They don't care. The NFL loves getting that suspension like it's like candy, like Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone. That's the truth. And, you know, this Super Bowl year, I'm considering my options. But don't get mad at me. I think the Lions should consider getting another wide receiver. I think they need to go down and get a big wide receiver, like a number 2. You know, I have no like you can't be like that. You need that second guy like Tyreek Tawaddle. You need that guy. I don't think that JAMO was that guy for Amara. And it sucks to say that, but the Lions have 2 priorities now, in my opinion, which we'll get into right now. The edge rusher, which has been not done yet, which has pissed me off a lot about Brad Holmes. Again, and everyone's like, well, what Brad Cook? 1 week till trade deadline, and nothing. You have no news about even trying to go for a effing edge rusher. The Lions' defensive line got dismantled this season. And now we're expecting to win without another edge rusher. I hate to break everyone's bubble about the offense. It's not going to keep up. At one point, we have to win with the defense. And right now, I don't think the Saints can win a playoff. They gave up 21 points to the Tennessee Titans in the first half. 21. They made Mason Rudolph in the first half look like God. I hate to bring him on. Calvin Ridley was a stud, and he put out of his mind. Because the Lions secondaries are terrible. Because the D-line is missing tackles. They need an extra guy. Guys, the facts are there. The Lions do better with Hutch on the field. You're not going to be able to praise Hutch unless you get a Myles Garrett, which Lions fans are been complaining about giving up draft picks. Who cares? Who cares about the draft picks? I don't care anymore. You all care. It's you. It's you, Brad Holmes, sucked-offs that you guys love those draft picks. Because the number one priority in our generation as Lions fans was the draft. That's all I look forward to. But you all love the draft. Doesn't matter anymore. You get a Super Bowl. Look at the Rams. They got the Super Bowl. They're going to try to figure it out and draft a quarterback. You want that? You need to go out and get an edge rusher like Myles Garrett. Zarius Smith is not going to do it. Come on. Be real with me. Crowds want to come here. Be real. You're all being in La La Land. It's like, you know, Brad. I trust Brad Holmes. But God damn it. Brad, I need you to go get an edge rusher. Come on. This isn't funny business. This is who make the Super Bowl. And Dan Campbell laughing at the presser, that made me really mad. Because I was looking forward for a trade and doing a trade episode. And now we have nothing still. Look, I'll go on Twitter right now and we have nothing. Look, let's go on whatever it's called, X now. Nothing. Just Mookie Betts, great catch. Freddie Freeman, first player ever that hit six home runs. Wow. So, yeah. So, I mean, Freddie Freeman. I mean, the Yankees are balling. The Dodgers are balling right now. But, there's a lot of stuff on Twitter. But guys, at the end of the day, there needs a serious conversation about Brad Holmes and really try to go get an edge rusher. And then number 2 now in my book is a wide receiver. You know, if this stuff plays out with JAMO, we don't know how long maybe it can be suspended. I would say go get a wide receiver. Go draft. Whatever you got to do, go get another wide receiver. Look at the Chiefs. They got 2 solid players to replace their own with the Robert Street guys. They got DeAndre Hopkins. Okay, stuff like that you gotta do to win Super Bowls. Okay, Detroit Lions. This is a Super Bowl window year, and I think, which we'll get in a show later. I think the Detroit Lions. I want to go again in this matchup over the Kansas City against Manchester, whatever. The point is when we take on these running quarterbacks, Lamar, if we play in the playoffs, we play against Josh Allen, C.J. Stroud, Caleb, Jordan Love, but he's hurt right now. Later, part of the year, we play against the 49ers, Brock Purdy. We're running quarterbacks, move around like crazy. We gotta go get an edge rusher to help that D line out. That D line is getting derailed and they're tired. So the Lions right now, they gotta go get an edge rusher. That's number 2. Okay. And that's something that we gotta consider carefully. And that's something we gotta really, really consider. A wide receiver. I haven't looked at the wide receiver pool yet. I don't know what we want to do, but go get another wide receiver. Go get the DeAndre Hopkins type. Doesn't need to be a superstar. Okay? Doesn't need to be, but you get someone else that can do the deep threats. Okay? You need someone like that. Amon needs another, and Tim Patrick, I love Tim Patrick. He's gonna get hurt at one point. Okay? And Khalif Raymond, my Bally, he was balling on Sunday. And he proved himself on Sunday to be maybe the Lions' number 2 option. That's a conversation for later. But we gotta have these conversations about the Lions and the trade deadline. It's coming up quicker than you think. We got a big game Sunday, but this offense is not sustainable, and we need another wide receiver, I believe, and we need an edge rusher. And I think Myles Garrett wins you the Super Bowl. I think it does. It doesn't win the Super Bowl when you have a player that's super cool and thinks he's sick. Okay, we need a player that will be on this team forever, and that's if you're talking about forever guy, you get Myles Garrett. Does everyone believe? I want to get I want the comments to be flowing. The Lions are better. Okay, the Lions can win the Super Bowl. But if we're not on our A game, forget it. Forget it. But we work hard, if we strive, if we do our things, my God, we're going to make the Super Bowl. And it's going to be the greatest day of everyone's lives. And possibly win the Super Bowl. But when you don't have another edge rusher, or even another wide receiver just to help out, just in case what happened with JAMO, I'm a little worried. And I think the Lions are going to consider all their options. I think we got to play out the JAMO thing. Again, I was ranting. JAMO's a great person, but I don't know yet how I feel. I just had to get off my chest. The Brad Holmes lovers, I love Brad Holmes, what he's doing, but I had to be real with everyone. I had to be real about Dan Campbell. And this offense needs to start maturing like a Jared Goff, okay, more as a leader outside the locker room and outside the playing field, talking to his team members, seeing how their lives are, making sure the family's good, all that stuff. Amara, Tim Patrick, be those mentors. Instead of JMO doing his own thing, we need to be a team. And we need to work together on this. I think this is going to be a learning experience for all of us in the church, because we really had this experience before with a big stuff like this with sports. Thank goodness. There's been some sick people done some sick things, and the NFL has not suspended well. But in the day, the NFL suspension policy is garbage. So in reality, it's the cast thing. Once you get suspended, they're going to keep suspending like it's candy. Detroit Lions went on Sunday. Unbelievable. We'll talk about that. Jared Goff played unbelievable. Jahmyr Gibbs, my golly. He looks amazing out there. Monty looked a lot healthier. Looked a lot smoother on last Sunday. And I got to say right now, I think the Lions are keeping plays about Sam Laporta and Brock Ray. My God, Brock Ray. I love this new tight end system, like what the Lions are doing right now. I think Sam Laporta is getting there, and my golly, Alexander Zalonzi is my favorite defensive player right now. Everyone's branch, but he's everywhere. He goes to quarterbacks. He runs around. He does anything the team needs him for. Now, that's a team player. Okay? I love Anzalone. I think he's one of the best Lions right now. But we got to consider Anzalone, okay, as one of those guys that can keep going, keep moving. And I think Anzalone is going to keep striving. And I think he's going to keep getting better. And I think he's been a huge help about Hutch. But I think the edges, we need another edge rusher. And DJ Rear and Lee McNeil. And Lee McNeil is a stud. Okay, well, Lee McNeil is a top 3 player on this defense. It goes Hutch, Brian Branch, and Lee McNeil. No debate. It's better than Arnold, better than Anzalone. Because Lee McNeil, what he does in the interior is unbelievable. And he gets growly and grunge. And her special teams, man, Khalif Raymond was my MVP. Okay? I know everyone says he is, but he really showed me this man up. He proved to be the next man up. And he proved himself I earn his respect, and I hope he earns mine. But he is probably one of the greatest pickups and the greatest stories. How he just works hard, he's grunty, he does kick returns, and he's fast. I mean, guys, those kick returns are no joke. They were sickness. Remember that from high school? But again, that was unbelievable. That was amazing. And just that whole win. And I went to the Red Wings game for a little bit. Got to do the doubleheader with my friend Arun Prabhu. Shout out to you. I've been shouting out a lot of people today on the show. And I think that he's going to really just take. I think that we both saw both teams, the Red Wings again. Red Wings are just they're getting there, and I don't really think I want to get into it today with the Wings. I want to get more of a Timmy Stebbins, Will Framing. Again, another shout out on here and talk more about Red Wings hockey of us. Michigan State. Well, Michigan, congratulations. Really proved you guys self as a team. Davis Moore played pretty well. Orgy using the smart time, right? Strong Moore put him in the right spots in the right time, And Child still has a lot of work to do. I don't think he will be the end goal for Michigan State. But again, Michigan, congratulations on bringing the Paul Bryan Trophy back to Ann Arbor. My opinion on the Foster and the Little Brother thing, I don't really care. It's not really my place. We should get like Alex McKean, Ryan Mayhew, which I keep telling them to be on Jocktimes. It's a good debate with them too. I think Michigan's program getting dismantled. I think they're not there yet, and I think that they have a lot of work to do. And I just think that Michigan has this weird thing going on with them right now, and I think the NIL is a big problem. I know everyone's like they're trying to do well with it while they're behind. Okay. And I think everyone should know that. They had the worst transfer portal in the top 100. They were in the top 100 transfer portal. I mean, you should be able to get a quarterback. Michigan should really be right now in the conversation, make the playoff. They're not. Look at the school again, like Indiana, well coached. I think Sherrell Moore got screwed. I think got the leftovers of coordinators. And I think Michigan's going to get dismantled by Oregon this weekend. But I think the main thing to take away from Michigan is they're just an average team. They're not going to be that special. They're not going to make the Pop-Tart Bowl or even the bowl game in the Ford Field. But yet again, I think that it's going to take time. And I think this Michigan program is in a worse spot than last year and the past couple of years. But I think they'll get back. We'll see what happens with the coaching. And I think Sherrell Moore has a really good start getting a good offense coordinator and defense coordinator. And then I think with Michigan State, I think Jonathan Smith is building something special there. And I think that it just wasn't their day. I think that they can be a good team. They could beat a good team at one point, but I think Michigan State's in a better spot than they were last year, if everyone can agree to me on that, and they can get better with Coach Smith. And I think that he's building a great program there too. And then finally, I think the final topic that everyone wants to talk about right now is the Detroit Pistons. 0-4, pretty bad start, but everyone's blaming on Cade. And my opinion of the Pistons is this, and we're going to wrap up the show with this topic. They're playing harder than last year. Agree? Yes. Did they look more stable than last year? Yes. I think that this, I think that this Michigan program, this Pistons program, JB Stickerfab cares. I think you see that more than Dwayne Casey and Monty. I think that the Pistons still have a lot of work to do. I think Beef Stew needs to go. He's just slow. He looks out of shape. I really, really like Malik Beasley, and I like Tobias Harris. I know everyone is crapping on them, but I mean, they're trying to put up shots and they're trying to be team leaders on this team. And I told my brother this, we were there last week, and I said, Michael, imagine the Pistons had a good veteran. Like Udonis Hamel type guys that just rile up the team and get in their shit. We need someone like that. I think Tobias Harris is a step forward, but not there yet. I would still love Draymond Green in a Pistons uniform for a year just to motivate these guys and just sit on the bench. But JB Stickerfab cares. I think the Pistons should have won against Boston when they came back. They should have really been in Miami, and they should really be in the Pacers. So if they're 3-1, people would be freaking out right now. But they're not. They're 0-4. That's the situation. The game's the game. And how he had the big boom on his and when he hit that game-winning shot, it was pretty cool. He hit the boom. Boom. Yes, very good. But I want to wrap it up here. The Pistons they're going to get better. And I think that the team's going to exceed better. But I still think there's a lot of work to do. And I think at one point we're going to talk about that. And I'm just really, really excited to see what happens with this Pistons team and moving it forward. They're going to be a very good team at one point. They're going to be having a star team. And I hope one day we can see that. And I hope people can take it all in, and I think people should really watch this team and give them a chance. I think Cade is going to be an all-star this year. I think Ivy hope he can come up. But right now, I'm not into Pistons trade scenarios. I'm only into that in November. And end of November, the Pistons only have, 5-6 wins. We're going to have a conversation because I think the Pistons should be above 500 this year. And I hope they're above 500, but they probably will never. But there's a lot of work to do. I think the Pistons are going in the right direction. I think Ron Holland cares. He's a rookie. He's scrappy. He goes for everything. He rebounds. He shoots. He's trying. Okay? They're trying harder than last year. Last year, they weren't even trying. This year, they're working hard. They're moving up down the floor. I saw a lot of positives, and I see a lot of positives about this team. But my golly, we got to work on that. Where the defense looks a lot better. But those third quarters, the basketball game is 2 quarters, we win every game. Okay? The third quarter is where you win basketball games. And that's not what the Pistons are doing right now. They are not winning basketball games. And I think they're going to get there, but I think they need to really consider hard on what they're doing right now with the program and where it's at. And they got this big stretch of big games coming up. They got the Lakers coming in town in a couple weeks, which I'm excited about. I'm going to do next week. Next week, the Lakers come in town. We got a big match against Philly tomorrow. All these teams that are really, really difficult on our schedule. And we got a tough beginning schedule, but then after that, we'll play the Hornets, other teams that we should beat. I think the Pistons are going to get there. And maybe this is the Pistons' way of taking for Cooper Flagg. Who knows? I don't think he's the answer. I think the Pistons, again, are going to get screwed over in the lottery. So, I mean, the lottery doesn't care anymore. The fun out of it's over. We got the 5th every effing year, and I'm over it. And I think the Pistons know that, and I think the Pistons are trying. And JB staff, and you see Luke Walton that staff, and Jared Jack, and it's more of a team. You know, with Monty's fighting everyone. He was fighting Ivy and all this stuff. Just come on, man. Like, come on. Really? You're really going to do that to Ivy? And he's trying, and I think that we don't know what's going to happen, and I think at one point we're going to know, but I think the Pistons are getting there. Well, I think that's all I have for Jocktimes today. I know it was a while by Jameson Williams. We're going to be having a show on Friday. I am actually, drum roll please. I'll be at Lambeau Field this Sunday with Timmy Stebbins. If anyone's going, please DM me at Jocktimes Jonna or anything you have, any way to communicate with me. I'll be at Lambeau Field on Sunday. We're going to have a preview for you on Friday. The show's going to come out on Friday, actually. Last week, I've been doing this new thing at work and all that, and I was coaching. But Thursday night, we'll be recording a show, or at least Friday morning. My biggest thing for everyone is this is a big game for the Lions. We're going to go over Michigan, Oregon. Michigan State, Indiana, the Hoosiers. My favorites meant the college football playoff are going to be coming into town. I'm going to have some bettings. I would like to have someone with betting experience, like a Karthik Jasti. I call him Gambling Expert NCAA. I got Twedge there too. We can get on the show. And we'll talk about some numbers, some bets, some lines I think they're going to move. And we'll go over that stuff for the weekend, maybe winning some money. And then we'll go over the Pistons. Maybe we'll get some Wings action. But the main topics are going to be the betting and all that, and the Lions Green Bay preview. We'll have a preview of that. But the main thing is, everyone, and we'll also at one point next week, the college football playoff standings are coming out. So after they come out, we will do our own. I would like to have someone on the show for that. So if you want to be on that, please DM me on Jocktimes. I want to make this show for everyone, again, that wants to be on it. I want to get people on it with experience that they're knowing their sports. I know a lot of these sports, but don't know the details of every sport. So please let me know. That's all I really have for today. I want to thank everyone for listening. Again, go Lions, go Pistons, go Red Wings, go Tigers. We're going to get more on that stuff later. But for now, have a great day. Thank you for watching Jocktimes with Jonna.